If you're an agency that wants to know exactly, step by step, what it takes to take a creator from 0 to 30k a month, then well done for clicking this video. Because in this video, I'm going to share exactly the step-by-step process that I follow in my agency to take a creator from newly signed from 0 to 30k a month consistently every single month. And as always, every time I get into the video, I don't like to talk about theory like most of these other guys in this space. I like to go through clear examples, clear breakdowns to show you exactly validity to what I'm talking about, consistency to what I'm talking about, so that you know this is the right information for you to implement and to have the same results with your models in your own agency. So going straight into it, I'll go through 3 different account examples. So examples of one account here, I'll refresh it as well for you. Again, just so you can see it's 100% legit. Here's an example of a free page that maintains around $25,000 a month. As you can see, there's no subscription money, it's a free page. Go for the last 7 days, last 30 days, happy days. Another example here, another great example of another page. Last 7 days, 6,000. Last 24 hours, 500. Last 30 days, 20,000. Gross 25,000. Refresh it again, just so you can see it's live. OnlyFans being slow. I'll go through another example while this loads. Another example, last 7 days, 4.8k. Last 30 days, a bit lower, 15,000 or 16,000, 20,000 gross. Last 24 hours, $800. Again, as you can see, go through here, there you go, refreshed. Actually, last 30 days is 22,000. So perfect, those are 3 examples. So what does it actually takes? So again, if you're a beginner in this space, or if you're more advanced in this space, you know that in order to scale, you need to consistently sign clients, consistently drive traffic, be decent at sales, and be decent at everything as an agency in general. Again, looks clean. So first of all, what do you need to do? So you've already signed the model, great. You already have clients, you might have 1, 2, 3, however many models. What is your next step-by-step process? So again, most new people do tend to focus on the wrong things, the wrong platforms, the wrong ideas to drive success, and just not understanding what it actually takes to take anyone to $15,000, $20,000 or $30,000 a month on OF. The main thing is you need to know as an agency owner is what you focus on and what actually drives success. So of course, you've got a client now. First thing you need to do is be able to drive traffic. And I'll go through which platforms, especially now, to focus on in Q4 2025 and what ones are the best. Then also you need to be good at sales. The most common misconception is that you need a lot of traffic to make $30,000, $20,000 a month. I literally went through this in my Telegram channel today. I'll pop it up on the screen. The importance of branding. If you understand what the customer wants to see, and if you understand how to brand your model correctly, the chances are, well, not the chances are, the reality is that you don't need a lot of traffic, you don't need a lot of views, you don't need a lot of subscribers to make $20,000, $30,000 a month. I'll go back to these examples here. So if I go back to this example of this page here, as you can see the money and subscriptions, I'll go through the last 30 days in terms of the amount of fans. Last 30 days in the amount of fans, we have about 100 free fans a day on this page. Example of this page here, last 30 days fans. Again, about 100 free fans a day. Fans, 130 free fans a day. So again, these are 3 examples of pages that maintain either 30 to 100 free fans a day. And that is one of the biggest misconceptions. Why? Because most of these guys tell you need to go viral, you need to do this, you need to do that to make significant money. And that's just simply not the case. If you understand branding and you understand the other thing that I will go through in this video. So the main thing you need to understand is the branding of the model. Does this model appeal to the ideal customer? Would the ideal customer likely spend more than just the subscription money, or likely want to subscribe and then talk to the model and then spend long term with the chatter or yourself chatting on the account? You need to really think in the mind of the customer that's subscribing to the account. A lot of models and a lot of agencies really fuck this up and really just go for talking about money, disrespecting their customer, lots of either fake boobs or implants, or all these other things that really mess up the branding and the appeal of a model that appeals to the ideal customer. And if you do this, what does this actually mean? Well, it means means that you're going to convert less subscribers, you're going to need more views to make the same or even less money. And then also, on those subscribers, they're not going to spend as much. So you're doing all this work to make less money. So branding is super important. But I'll go into the actual traffic sources now. So in terms of traffic sources, what you want to focus on, and again, if you're newer in the space and if you really just want to focus on a few things, I would always recommend double down on one platform. You obviously have Twitter, you have Reddit, you have dating apps, you have all these random platforms, but your bread and butter should be Instagram, it should be TikTok and Twitter. Those of you know, you can see in my old videos on the channel how important Twitter is, how easy it is to run. But aside from that, if you want to go check that out, check one of the links above. You can check one of my Twitter videos. Your bread and butter is always going to be TikTok and Instagram. Because if you get the branding right, if you are posting consistently and you're posting good content, you are going to start converting and you are going to make a lot of money on the fans that convert. And the beauty of Instagram and the beauty of TikTok is that if you're able to get the model's branding across in your content, you don't need many views. You don't need many views to have conversions, to have guys spend, and to make a lot of money on OnlyFans. So when it comes to Instagram and TikTok, apart from all these bullshit videos about account setup and all of this stuff that, again, so many new guys to the space, even experienced guys are worried about proxy, posters, all of this bullshit. Simplify it for yourself. You're focusing on the wrong problem when it comes to posting on TikTok, when it comes to posting on Instagram. TikTok, yes, you need a US SIM card if you're not from the US, or the best example is having your models post if they are based in the US is the easiest, has no issues. If you need to post from the US, simple, spare phone, location services off, US SIM, US proxy, post from the US. Simple as that. Instagram. Now, do not overcomplicate it with Instagram. As you can see, again, my last video about Instagram ban weight. Instagram is now more strict about link in bio, more strict about account farms, more strict about networks. All of these factors of you being a bot or you not being authentic as a model, during this ban wave, we didn't get affected. Why? Because we prioritize authenticity, prioritize how would a real person use this platform. And by doing that, it leads to more likely of going viral, more subscribers, more conversions, less risk of ban, less risk of losing basically your whole business overnight if that's your only traffic source, and long-term longevity. When it comes to Instagram, just be simple. 1 to 3 accounts on your device. I would just focus on about 2 accounts at this point now. Focus on 2 accounts, set those accounts up, either use a Gmail, verify them with a number, put 2-factor authentication on, do everything as if you were to set up an account as a normal person and not flag anything. If you're using a device that has a lot of accounts, most chances are that you're going to get flagged, your content isn't going to get pushed as much, and you'll be able to notice this in your first few posts. So use it on a fresh device or on a new phone, your current phone, whatever it is, whatever your situation is, but focus on being as organic, being as authentic, and as much as a real person as possible. So you want to make your account, again, when it comes to making your account, do everything as a normal person would do. And don't overdo it. So don't change your bio, post a picture, post a profile picture, use a picture that you post in another account, all in one day. Spread it out. So warm up typically is about 7 days. So first day, make your account. Second day, change your bio. Third day, profile picture. Fourth day, feed post. Fifth day, feed post. Sixth day, feed post. And then until the 7th day, then you can start posting reels. Literally as simple as that. Don't overcomplicate it. Instagram, you don't need a proxy, you don't need a US SIM, you don't need any of this shit. Just post on Wi-Fi or post on data and jobs are good at. So that's Instagram in terms of just the warm-up side of things. Now, content. Your main focus is how do you master content to the level that you can go viral to a small degree, not even go viral, have your average views maintain anywhere from 2,000 to 10,000 average views. And if you're able to do this successfully with the right branding, with the right client, making 20 to 30,000 literally is that simple. If you get the next thing right, which is the key thing. So when it comes to your actual content, your creator has a specific look, has a specific niche, but more importantly, a specific brand. You want to focus on how you bring that brand out. Work with her, understand what she enjoys filming, where she's able to film, what location she's able to film, and how she's able to bring her personality out on camera in a way that goes viral, in a way that is what your customer wants to see, and it is a way that can be consistently posted on a daily basis. You want to aim for about 2 posts per day on Instagram and aim for consistency, but not just shit consistency, good consistency. You want to look at that content and actually look at it and say, would I actually want to see this? If I was the customer, would I want to see this? Would I want to engage? Would I want to convert? Would I want to subscribe? Would I want to see more? And when I say that, do not overly sexualize your content. The worst mistake you can do. You might see a bunch of creators go mega viral by overly sexualizing themselves. If you want to cook your branding, cook your branding. Do not overly sexualize. With your content, again, think about authenticity. Think about how you can stand out, how you can approach the content differently. What angle do you have? What are your creator's strengths? It might be a body part, it might be her facial expressions, it might be a certain facial feature, it might be a certain hobby, it might be a certain talent, it might be a certain thing in her house, in where she lives. It might be unique. You need to spend the time to break these things down, have with your clients, break down your ideas, brainstorm together, go back and forth and really spend the time to actually deliver a good service, because that should be your main focus at the end of the day. And once you have that angle and once you like, this might actually be good, you want to go all in on that and you want to master that and commit to that. So that's on Instagram and that's on TikTok. Again, you can get success on both. I wouldn't just limit it to one platform. Focus on that and start posting consistently. After the first 7 days, you want to review, what are my average views? If your account's getting 1 view, 0 views, 5 views, 10 views, 50 views, 100 views, your account's probably cooked. You want to be averaging anywhere from 1,000 to 2, 3, 4, 5,000 views a video. On the lowest end, as long as your videos are 200 to 300 views and not under that, then your account is pretty good. Otherwise, you might have a cooked account. So post for another 7 days, see how the account does, and then go from there. The other thing now is when you're reviewing your content, actually spend the time to review it and audit it. What could have been improved? What's a small detail that you'll try in the next shoot? What's a new example that you want to try? Researching other models in that brand and other models that are similar looks to your model, similar brand, similar niche to your model. And really understanding, what are they doing that my model isn't doing? What are they doing that I can do? What are they doing that I can implement? And breaking it down step by step, because it's actually easy. The beauty about this industry is that your product research is all there, all for free, and it just depends on how much work are you willing to put in? How much time are you willing to put in? How much mastery for the craft are you willing to put in? And again, the beauty is that you don't need to spend a lot of time on this, in terms of you don't need to get mega viral. And if you're able to consistently maintain 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, then the random 10 to 30,000 view video, you're easily going to be maintaining 30 to 100 free subs a day. Before I go into free subs a day part, I wanted to touch on the other platform. So the other platform is OFTV. OFTV is something I haven't really talked about on this channel, and I didn't even mention it on purpose because those of you who are still watching this get to hear a little insight on it. Another platform is OFTV, which is great as well if you have a model starting out. It's another platform essentially, but what it does is it allows you to open a second account and drive free traffic to your model's page pretty much on autopilot. Some of our pages or some of our clients we open separate accounts for OFTV, and it's simply as simple as posting a video a week, posting consistently, and you average anywhere from 100 to 150 free subs a day. The video can be something extremely simple. It wasn't as easy as it was before with makeup tutorials or try-on hauls. Those were the good days, but now it's literally as simple as having a video where you have a specific talent, you have a specific thing that you can showcase for a well-lit video like this video here, a good camera quality, good lighting, good background, a good model, good personality. It's literally as simple as that, and you can easily maintain around 100 free subs a day on the side. So that's a little side note. If you want to know more about that, you can DM me on Telegram and I can show you a bit more details. That's a really quick run through on OFTV. But back to Instagram, back to TikTok. And again, now, once you are starting to get small signs of success, the hardest part is 0 to 1, from 0 views to 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 average views. Once you fix that, that's your hardest part. Guess what? Once you get a 10K, a 20, 30K video, guess what you can do? Double the down. Repeat the same video over and over and over again until it stops working. Why? Because that's all you need to do to go viral on Instagram. You see the biggest creators on the platform. What do? Repeat the same videos over and over again. Why? Because they're proven to go viral, and they're proven to go viral time and time again. The hardest part for you and for a new model is, how do you find that one video that you can repeat? So that again comes down to you, your skill, your effort, and that's your primary focus within the first 30 days of your model to start getting some traffic in the door. Perfect. Once you start to get those average videos do decent, then again, doubling down, posting again on your 2 accounts. You don't need to go wide as everyone else tries to tell you. 5-10 accounts is bullshit. Just focus on building up 2 solid accounts. Now, you should be at the point now where you're converting 30 to 100 free subs a day. When it comes to paid versus free, fucking age-old debate where everyone fucking wants to go over about paid or free page. It doesn't actually matter. I primarily suggest free pages. Some of our models we have fully free pages, some we have paid pages with free trial promotions. Why? Because a lot of our clients end up going well above 800 to 1,000 free fans a day, which then overloads the chatters, and that's when we turn it to a paid page with 80, 70, 90% discount. So that's as simple as it is. But with free fans, you should be having decent traffic, 100, 50, even 30 free subs a day, which gives you more than enough milk. And more subscribers means you're able to actually convert and take more money from more subscribers rather than less subscribers. 100 free subs a day is about 10 paid subs a day. 300 paid subs a month is a lot lower than 3,000 free subs a month. So let's go into the chatting side of things. Now, this is what I wanted to cover at the start of the video in terms of how important the chatting is. Again, you're not dealing with high traffic. You're not dealing with 100, 200, 300 paid subs a day. You're dealing with 100 free subs a day. Your main objective, aside from getting those fans in the door, is how good your chatting actually is, how good your systems are in chatting, and how much LTV you're able to extract from your fans. A lot of agency owners immediately delegate this. So they immediately hire chatters from the Philippines, they immediately put them on an account with no training, and they immediately expect the world. This is the biggest mistake you can do, especially if you're starting out, especially if you have low traffic, because if you put the time, if you put the effort of mastering chatting, mastering how to extract from your spenders, from your regular fans, from your time wasters, and mastering implementing systems, scripts, processes, SOPs, and everything on your actual OnlyFans account, your amount per fan is going to drastically increase. As you can see from the examples I've shown examples of 100 free subs a day or 30 free subs a day. All of these accounts are maintaining $20,000 to $25,000 a month from low amount of fans. I could say I could be in the exact same position with 30 free fans a day and be making $3,000 a month. I've seen it on multiple accounts, $5,000 a month. That's fuck all. Why? Because your chatting isn't good enough. And because you're so focused on traffic, you're so focused on all these other factors versus the one thing that fucking drives the most revenue in the business, which is chatting. And again, it all comes down to your focus and attention as an agency owner. If you're focused on the wrong things, if you're focused on the things that don't actually drive money, guess what? You're not going to make as much money. That was a little rant about, again, the bullshit things about chatting. But let's go into chatting in more detail. So, when it comes to chatting, you actually have all the power to implement systems on your chatting or on your OnlyFans account. What do I mean by systems? So, from the minute a subscriber comes into the account, you should have a whole journey of from the minute they subscribe to what's your intro script. What's an intro script, you might ask? So an intro script is essentially what is the exact automated messages. Automated doesn't have to be botted, but it might be your chatter uses inflow features. Again, inflow has all of these features. If you want to sign up on Inflow, I'll put my referral link in the description. Extremely good CRM. We use it. We've used it for years now. And all the features that it offers, make advantage of them. The auto scripts, the sequences, the promotions, everything that you can use on it, make advantage of it. So with the actual intro scripts, you want to map out the exact conversation that from the minute your subscriber subscribes to how they spend when they subscribe to the account. That first day that they subscribe, their attention, their perceived value of the page, their attention on wanting to spend is at the height. And you need to maximize that as a chatter or as an agency owner training your chatter, because if you fuck it up in the first day, the chances are that he's not really going to spend long term on the account.
So you don't want to leave this up to brand new chatters that you have hired, that you don't know their skill, you haven't trained them right, you haven't got all systems and processes on training, which is a whole nother thing, but I won't focus on that because that's a bit more advanced and a bit more at scale. You want to map that journey out. You want to write an intro script on the exact way you would want a subscriber to come in, to build relationship with them, and to then set up future spending and also get them to spend in that first day. So you give them the right care, the right attention. You set up the frame right of that relationship so that it allows you to maintain that relationship so that long term they are spending on your model, on your account, on your content, on everything to you. And they're not subscribing to other models and giving them your money. So that's the first thing you want to do. You want to map out that intro script. From there, then you want to map out, once they have gone through that, what is the journey they then go through? Okay, what is your daily mass messages that you send? What is your content that you send? How are you perceived as a model? How do you talk to them? You don't just want to throw content in their face. You want to act like a real girl. Again, whether you're chatting yourself or whether you're coaching your chatters to do this, you want to really understand, okay, look at other OnlyFans profiles. Where are they fucking up? What are they doing wrong? What can you do different? How can you be perceived higher value? How can you be more real? How can you pattern disrupt them so that you're different? And when it comes to your daily messaging, again, once they've gone through that intro script, you then want to map out their whole journey. What do I mean by that? So you want to not just have an intro script, you want to have multiple scripts. You want to have what is their first week on the account going to look like, their second week, their third week, their fourth week, their first month, their first 3 months, their first year. And again, not everyone is going to be sub for that long. Not everyone is going to spend for that long. But if you're mapping it out to a T, to the specific detail, imagine what your spenders are going to experience. Imagine how much better of a product you deliver to these guys who are craving and searching for these things and searching for value on an OnlyFans account. Your service is significantly higher than any model that is just coming in, spamming mass PPV and getting $3,000 a month. So once you've mapped out that initial intro script, then the actual customer journey, the long-term journey, then it comes down to your actual chatting, training your chatters or chatting yourself, and actually, how are you real as a model? How are you using your script? So an intro script is great, but then you want to make more scripts through the daytime, through the nighttime, from the morning time, and using everything as a sell. The best advice I could say is everything is a sell. Someone talking about the weather is a fucking sell. You can spin it off to then turn the conversation into auto script, turn it into them unlocking content. You can turn it into selling them on future pacing them about the relationship with the model, selling them the dream of the long-term relationship of the model. And all of these manipulation tactics, but all of these tactics in general are basic stuff that you want to use ChatGPT to help you with. You want to use ChatGPT with your training to help your chatters and really utilize AI, because it's so actually basic to spend the time to actually fix this issue that if you just spend the time on it, you implement it, you watch it happen. So let's say you're training chatters, you don't just give it all to them and expect it to happen. You need to coach, you need to hold them accountable to these scripts and these things that you want to implement daily to actually see the success. And by doing this, it allows you to stay at low traffic, to maximize sales on low traffic, and to easily scale a model. It shouldn't be hard to scale a model to 20 to 30,000 a month. I mean, that's low numbers to my standard at least. My standard is every new model we bring in, we want to build a 6-figure brand or a 7-figure yearly brand. And that is the standard. For me, to scale a model for $20 to $30,000 a month is great on the side of our bigger clients. And that's what your standard should be. But if you haven't done it yet, or if you have done it but not consistently, this is as simple as it actually needs to be. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Taking a client to $100,000 to $200,000 a month, as I've shown examples on my YouTube, that has a lot more intricate details, and it's, again, doing it at scale is not necessarily harder, but there's a lot more little steps involved. But that's really as simple as it needs to be. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Focus on the core skills. Because if you focus on the core skills, you actually drive results. If you focus on the right thing, if you put your attention on the right thing, you actually get success. And that's as simple as it needs to be. If you have any questions, if you want me to go in detail a bit more about how I would do it or about your own situation with a model, then either drop me a message on my Instagram, drop me a message on my Telegram channel. I'll put everything in the description. So a link to my Instagram, a link to my Telegram channel. In that channel, I share daily insights about my life, about game in terms of OnlyFans management, about how you can scale up your agency. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found value in this video, and I hope you actually take action on the things that I've shared in this video and then show me the results as it happens. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.